As the October 11 episode of Grey's Anatomy began, Meredith woke up to a stressed-out Maggie in their kitchen. Maggie revealed how there might be something coming for Amelia and Owen, but she didn't actually tell Meredith that Teddy's pregnant, so she just seemed like a crazy person ranting in the dark, in the middle of the night. And speaking of Amelia and Owen, they were seen confronting Betty over a potential drug slip-up, while Alex and Joe were engaging in some hot sex until he got Paige to go into the hospital. Tragic timing if you ask us. Especially because he accused her of initiating, just so he'd help her with her fellowship research project. Later at the hospital, Meredith startled everyone when she showed up with new makeup on. Clearly, she's been taking Cease's advice pretty seriously, because she eventually revealed to Maggie and Amelia that she was going on a blind date. "What if I hate him on sight?" she nervously asked Alex, and with that question, we never related to Meredith more. Outside the hospital, Meredith met her date, John, How I Met Your Mother's Josh Radnor, at a restaurant, and he couldn't have complimented her more. He even looked quite handsome. She politely thanked him for his sweet comments, but she seemed super awkward, especially when she said, "Let's start." Meanwhile, Maggie tried explaining Jackson's absence to Bailey, but failed miserably. She, herself, couldn't really say where or what Jackson was doing, but she said it was some sort of religious sabbatical. And then their patient started coding on the table, so nothing more was said. But for real, where is Jackson? Back at the restaurant, Meredith and her date made small talk about their respective careers. He works on software to help people protect their privacy. All the while, Joe was later seen demanding an apology from Alex after he insinuated she has sex with him for perks at the hospital. And Amelia tried getting a drug test from Betty, but Glasses misunderstood her and peed in a cup himself. After more talk about their jobs and missing getting thrown against a wall and kissed, Meredith's date John realized that Meredith wasn't actually the woman he was supposed to be on a date with. He spotted the woman he was initially talking to, flirting with another man at the bar. He explained to Meredith that must be why he didn't fully recognize her compared to the pics that were sent to him. And get this, the man that his date was talking to ended up being the other John Meredith was supposed to meet. Strange, right? Well, it ended up being fun for Meredith and John, as they both simultaneously canceled on their planned dates with a simple text. And then they giggled together as they scurried out of the restaurant. Could it be fate? Amelia then sought some advice from Owen's mom, who made her way into the hospital this week, about how to handle Betty. She told Amelia to start acting like a mother, because that's what the teenager needs. And then she asked Amelia whether or not. When the episode returned to Meredith and John's date, they were spotted walking through a park and talking more about what they do and don't like about dating. And one thing in particular that John said bothers him is single moms. Upon mentioning this, Meredith tried telling him that she is, in fact, a single mom, but he interrupted her and put his foot in his mouth when he then described single moms as desperate, since they usually end first dates by talking about marriage. When she finally revealed that she has 3 children, he felt extremely awkward, and she had no other choice but to end the date. Upon returning to the hospital, Meredith was bombarded by both Amelia and Maggie. Amelia asked about Meredith's date, which is when she told them about how it ended horribly after he admitted he hates kids. Then, Amelia punished Betty after the teen finally admitted to smoking weed with some friends. And a surprise relationship between Joe and Link was revealed when they spotted each other inside the hallways of the hospital for the very first time. He called her Brooke before they engaged in a major hug together, so their history must go way back. And was it just us, or did Alex look worse?